Hiya. So, I haven't done an update in ages. I'm pretty sure all my videos are starting to begin like that. But it has been quite a while, to be fair. But I've sort of been neglecting my YouTube and using Facebook Live instead, which is good. It's pretty good for a lot of things because obviously I can answer questions live. Instead of guessing maybe what you want to hear, like I do on my YouTube channel. But I thought I'd do an update for YouTube because it's not fair to neglect you guys. Plus, I finally got some big news. So, after a year of waiting after stage 1 of my phalloplasty, I finally got a date for stage 2. Now, it shouldn't have taken a year. You're supposed to have stage 2 within 3 to 4 months after stage 1, and that's exactly what I was told I would have, but except a whole year later, and I was still fighting and arguing with them to get a date. So yeah, at least I finally got it now. Shouldn't have taken a year. Bit gutted about that. The whole procedure, so the whole 4 operations, were supposed to be finished by December this year, 2016, and we're in June already, so I can't see that happening really. But yeah, so stage 2 finally booked. I've got my surgery on the 4th of July, so I will be returning to my YouTube channel again because I like to keep this channel up to date with everything that's going on with my surgery. So in stage 2 they'll be removing the skin from this arm, so I'll be losing this tattoo, and they'll be making the urethra with it, and then they'll be doing a split graft from my thigh and putting that on my arm. So apparently the surgeon said that I can't tattoo over that because I was thinking, oh, nice blank new arm, I might get a tattoo. Apparently I can't tattoo over that, but then the trans guys are saying that I can. So I'm not really sure. I'm thinking maybe I'll see how it heals, how thick the skin looks, because obviously it's a split graft, so it'll be pretty thin. And then from that point on, go from there. If I think I can tattoo on it, I might give it a go. What's the worst that can happen? I don't know. But obviously it'll be a while. I'll let it heal and all that stuff first, quite well. I might even leave it another year or 2, but we'll see. Yeah, so stage 2 pubic phalloplasty on the 4th of July. I'm not sure how long I was supposed to be in hospital for. I forgot to ask them, but I remember faintly last year when they said that I had to be in hospital for a week for the first and the second operation, and less for the 2 in the middle. But the first operation that I had last June, I was supposed to be in a week, and I stayed in 3 days because I just hate being in hospital. So yeah, I stayed in for the 3 days, so I'm hoping maybe this time, I mean, they might frown a bit if I say I want to go next day, but maybe the day after that, so maybe 2 days. I don't know, I just really hate being in hospital. I always lose my appetite every time I'm in hospital, and that's not even just to do with my transition. I mean, I had an operation on my shoulder a few years ago, and I didn't eat then. And then when I had my top surgery, I didn't eat, and I was in for 5 days, and I lost half a stone. And then last year, I didn't eat for the 3 days that I was in and lost a stone. So it happened all pretty fast last year, and it's actually taken me this entire year to put that weight back on, because I really struggled to gain weight. So yeah, on the plus side though, where weight gain is concerned, I've actually managed to gain 1.5 stone, so that's really, really good. I'm really pleased with that. Could have happened sooner because it would have helped if I'd gained the weight before my stage 1, but what's done is done. As far as the scars are going, everything looks really, really good. I have recently found out that it's not actually against YouTube's policy if I were to reveal everything down there. It's not against their policy to have nudity and blah blah blah, providing it's for educational purposes, which obviously it would be. So I'm considering, once I pluck up the courage, to do a video where I reveal everything downstairs, so you guys can see what's going on, because I noticed that there's not a lot, there's not a lot of information out there. There's definitely not any YouTube videos that I know of, but I have been reading the small print and it is allowed. So yeah, there's that. What else is there? I don't mind showing you obviously my scars right now. I might even save the video of my results until after stage 2. that might work out pretty well, because then I can keep you updated on the healing process and stuff like that. But so far, my scars look like that. So pretty well healed, pretty invisible. I have got some stretch marks down here, but again, barely anything. I've still got these two little bumps of skin that I want to get rid of. My nipples, as I call them. But yeah, so, and I've still got these little bumps here as well that we'll be getting rid of soon. But yeah, so all looking pretty good, pretty smooth. And I'm quite chuffed, and obviously they said before that stage 2 will have better results if stage 1 is healed well, which is why initially he said that you'd leave it 4 months before we did stage 2, but obviously it's been a year. I don't think I can heal much better than I already have, so they better be some bloody good results, that's all I'm saying, or I won't be happy. I'm also considering getting my chest corrected again. I had my top surgery 2 years ago. I had it then corrected last September. And now I basically want the nipples to be completely removed. To me, I know that, you know, a lot of people say to me, nobody's perfect, there's, you know, things that people like about, dislike about their body and blah, 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 but not everybody goes through surgery all the time to still hate their body. So, you know, it's a bit like if you got like breast implants as a woman and you really didn't like it, you wouldn't be happy with that and you'd want it corrected again. I mean, you're not going to go through all that pain to still hate it. And for me, I'm still really not happy with my chest. I don't like that they're uneven. You can see that they're uneven on here. I don't like how big the nipples are still. Even though when I went in for my correction last time, I basically said that I wanted them the size of a penny. I think the penny is something everyone's familiar with the size of. In fact, I might even have them here. Nope, but I got 20 pence, and that's near enough similar. So here's 20 pence, and here's my nipple. So you can see that's way bigger than 20 pence. Same on this side. Yeah. So that's not a completely ridiculous size to ask for. In fact, most men's nipples are about that size. And I still get really dysphoric about mine because they're nearer to the female size of nipples than men's. And I know some men do have big nipples and nobody bats an eyelid, and you know, everybody says your chest looks fine and this, that and the other, but for me it's obviously still really playing on my dysphoria, and I was kind of hoping that at some point in my life I could get to a point where I don't feel dysphoria. I don't feel it every day, but obviously I'm conscious about taking my top off in public, and I didn't want to have to do that, you know. I don't want it to be that way. So I'm thinking about getting my nipples removed altogether, because apparently when I went in to have them resized last time, she basically said, yep, she said she could make them this size, but there was the risk of the skin, because the skin around my nipples is stronger than my nipple skin itself, there was a risk of the skin around it pulling the nipples back out to stretch them back out again, and then losing the pigments in the nipple. But then when I woke up from surgery, I noticed that she had only cut one side of the nipple, so she'd obviously only cut one bit of the nipple away, which now means that the actual nipple isn't in the middle of the areola, if you can see that. So it's not in the middle. See where she cut here? So bit miffed, to say the least. It was quite disappointing to wake up from surgery and realise that nothing had happened that I wanted to happen. So I just thought, screw it, I'm not going to have this conversation with her again about how I want them reduced. I'm just going to get them removed. I'm really not that bothered about having them. I can't feel them anyway. And to be honest, I'd rather have nothing on my chest than uneven, massive nipples, basically. So that's how that's going to go. So I need to go back to my GP and speak to them about that, and then get referred again to go and see her. So yeah, we'll see about that. In other news, trying to think, because I've probably, even though not much has been going on transition-wise, there must be something that I can update you guys on. I can't really think right now, but obviously once I have my surgery, I'll be making a video I'll be making a video in the hospital when I've woken up from surgery, as well as going on Facebook Live. I'll put a link down below to my Facebook, so that if you guys want to tune into my Facebook Lives, you can. I think it would be really cool if you did, because then I can answer your questions direct. And yeah, so I think I'll wrap that up for there. I don't want to go on too long and leave it boring and whatever. I probably already sound monotonous as it gets. I'm also really tired. I look hanging. Um, and yeah, so I'm gonna leave you guys to it anyway, and I'll get back to you in a couple of weeks. I think it's 23 days now until my surgery, so really chuffed with that. Oh, and for those of you that know that my stage 1 phalloplasty was actually documented, it was aired across the world, and as the world's first female to male to have their surgery filmed and aired, I'm quite chuffed to announce that my second stage will also be filmed and aired. So yeah, really chuffed with that. I just want to kind of jump on some sort of company to film the third and the fourth, really, because it'll be a shame if not all of it is done. Because it'd be really cool for educational purposes to literally show people what what happens in each stage. I think that'd be really, really cool. So yeah, I'll leave it to it anyway. I'm gonna wrap this up before I ramble on about crap all the time. But thanks for watching this, and thanks for keeping in touch with my YouTube channel. And if you want to add me on Facebook, feel free. I'm near my request limit, so if that is, if I've reached my limit, just follow me instead. I've also got a Facebook page as well as a profile. Feel free to follow me on that. Blah 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 blah. So I'll put the links down below anyway. And I'll catch up with you guys in a couple of weeks. Cheers.